This gives you a little overview of how the whole process works here with the mobile app. Your desktop version of the T&M billing program will still be the central part of the system. The app will be used by the electrician in the field to record the material and his labor for a job. He'll be able to create the job and do all the input there, and then he sends it back to the office to be processed. And from that point, the desktop version basically takes over. The user who runs the desktop version will be able to review the job, email it to the customer, print it and send it to the customer, and they'll also be able to send it into QuickBooks if you're using QuickBooks or Peachtree Sage for your accounting system. So we still have all the integration options, but this allows you to record the materials in the field. So let me show you how this is all set up. Again, this is the desktop version of T&M billing. So the first thing you'll do is activate the mobile app. And you do that under Help, and you'll have an option here to enter the unlock codes for the mobile app. At that point, you'll create a email address and a password for the desktop version. So that's a one-time deal. After that, you're going to go up to Tools here. Sorry, you're going to go to Settings, and you're going to go to Mobile User Maintenance. You're going to put in that same email address that you created in the unlock process, the registration process, and the password here. From this screen, on the bottom part, you're going to indicate who you want to send work orders to in the field, who you want to be able to use the app. In there, they'll have to have an email address, you'll give them a password, and you'll also be able to indicate whether they can see prices or not. We found a lot of people either don't or do want or don't want their electricians to see the prices. So you can set it up so all they can do is input quantities of the items, or that they can also see the price. So you can add as many users here as you want. All you need is an email address and a password. So that's step 2. The next step, and I won't do this because it takes a minute or two to upload the data, is under Mobile User Maintenance. Under Tools, you go to Upload T&M Mobile Data. Again, you'll need that same user name and password to get in. And then you'll want to upload all of the data from your desktop to the user in the field for their app. So their app's going to have your customer files, if you tell it to. It's going to have the whole T&M database, and it's going to have the work order templates. Now, the work order templates you should be familiar with from the desktop version. Just to take you back there real quick to show you what they look like. Reports, work order. There we go. So I've got one called TM Commercial 2. That's the printed version of what you're probably familiar with that they can use in the field to fill in their time and their material. So they're going to get an electronic version of this in the field on their app. Derek's going to show you that when I pass it back to him. But again, under Tools and under Upload, you will upload to the user of the app in the field all this information. Now, if they've got the database recently, you don't have to do that. If you want to send them an upload of just new customers, you can do that, or you can send them an upload of just the work orders. If you do all these things, it might take a minute or two. If you're just doing new customers, you can do that. It just takes a couple seconds. So now Derek's already put that on his app. So when he brings up the app now to create a new job and do the input, he's got all the information there in the field. Now, one of the things I think that is important about the way we designed this is that the app user does not have to have internet access to create a job and to record the job. They don't have to have any kind of service at that point. So if they're out in a remote location, they can still bring up their app, input the material, input the labor. They don't need the access to Wi-Fi or to phone service until they're going to email the completed job back to the office. Okay, so the app is a standalone function. At the time they complete the job, they send it back to the office, and you'll see how the person on the desktop unit can review the job, fill in any missing information if there's things that need to be priced, special for the job, or adjust the pricing. You'll be able to do all that on the desktop and then forward it right there from there to the customer. Okay, so I think, Derek, we're ready to switch back to the app and let you show them how that input process works. So imagine here, Derek's an electrician in the field. He's got his app in front of him. Now he's got a special software program that makes the screen of the app look bigger, but he's actually doing this on a standard Apple cell phone. It'll work on Apple and on Android. So either type of smartphone will work, or a tablet, of course. Okay, so I'm going to make you the presenter again, Derek. Are you ready?
So I'm going to start a new work order. I'm going to use TM Commercial 2 template. I'm going to start off by choosing what customer I'm doing work for. Type in what the work ordered is. This add outlets and kitchen. Alright, now I'm going to go in and add some items. The first few examples are fairly common items most electricians would have on their service truck. We're going to start off with some EMT conduit here. So I forgot to use my mouse earlier, so now I'm going to go with some EMT, some 3/4 inch. We're going to do 80 feet here. And then we're going to hit back. And what am I going to add in here next? Some connectors. 3/4 inch. Keep forgetting to move my mouse. All right, where were we? How many of these am I adding? I think with 10 of these. Let's go back here. That's taking me back. Now I'm looking for some couplings. 3/4 inch. Do 8 of those. Kind of get back. And what am I looking for? 1-hole straps now, right here. 3/4 inch, right there. 15 of these. Did I get 15 of them? Yep.
You did.
All right. All right, so I'm going to hit back here. Now, I know this next item is not in my work order template.
No,
so
the
I'm
next
going
one
to go
is
to
wire.
Oh, you caught me.
No skipping things here.
All right, you caught me. All right, where's my wire in my work order template? It's towards the bottom. There we go. Clicking on, is it number 12? How much of that? I forget right now.
400 feet's good.
400, yeah, that was right. I was going to say 500. Let's go 400 feet of that. And now I'm going to add an item that's not in the work order, so I can click on this icon up here to take me to the entire database. And I'm going to go to Material. There's plates and covers here. Oh, I guess you can see that I'm selecting that. Plates and covers, stainless steel, 1 gang, and it was the duplex receptacle I wanted. And I'm going to add 5 of those. Okay. Now for my next item, I'm going to do a search here. And then this searches the entire item database of your time and material billing manager. So I know what I want. I can just start typing it. Cut is what I want, so it instantly brings in the item that I want. The 1 gang steel cut-in box. And how many of those? I think I wanted 5 of those. All right, so that's an example of searching for items. The next item I'm going to add in here is a widget. So I can hit this plus at the top here, and I'm going to call it a widget just for it to use as a dummy item in this particular instance. The office will just have to figure out what it is I'm adding. Let's see, I want 5 of these. I'm not going to put the price in because the office will handle that. And one more item here, and this is an item that was maybe purchased just for this job. So I'm going to do another plus, and this item is a Hubble. A Hubble 5362. 5362 receptacle. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to leave the price empty, and I'm adding 5 of those. All right, now I'm going to go and review the work order.
Oh, you need labor.
Make sure. Oh, I forgot my labor. Oh, wait, cancel. Forgot my labor. Go into the whole database for the labor. And I'm going to pick hourly, and I'm a journeyman, and it's 8 hours. I'm obviously still in training here. Okay. All right, now I'm going to review. All right, it looks good, and I approve it myself here in the field, so I'm going to mark as closed. Yes, I'd like to mark it as closed, and now I'm going to choose the job I want to send back to the office, and I'll hit this down here to send, and it pulls in the email address that Brian back at the office had already configured to have it send to, and that's it. Now it's back over to Brian to show importing it into the T&M Billing Manager on the desktop.
Okay, so you're going to make me the presenter again?
Are you sure? I'm very sure. You're the presenter now.
Okay, so there's the email that Derek just sent me. I open it up, and I save it. I can save it to my desktop. I can save it anywhere I want. Probably a good idea to create a folder for this, but I'll just put it right in the desktop. And then we go back into T&M and we pick up that. So I'm going to go get this invoice. I'm going to go to Tools. I'm going to go to Manage Work Orders, and I'm going to import the email that my electrician just sent me. So I just hit import here. There's the one he just sent me. Brings it in. And now I can review it because there's a couple things I need to address. So in the review process, I've got this widget that Derek didn't have a price for and the Hubble 5362 receptacle. So we go to edit the first item. It needs to know what kind of item this is so it knows how to mark it up and add sales tax and all that kind of thing. We tell it it's a material item, and we'll make it a temporary item. So now here I can put the price in. Widgets are still running for about 10 bucks a piece. We'll hit save. And then the Hubble 5362, I'm going to look that up in Epic. So when I go to edit, again, it's a material item, and for now it's temporary. But from this screen, I can import from Epic. So this is a really important option with the whole T&M billing process, because a lot of the times you buy materials just for the job, and you get an invoice from the wholesaler, a packing slip, or the electrician just write down the catalog number, usually on the package. So I'm going to go to Manufacturer Lookup. I'm going to go to H. I'm going to go to Hubble Wiring Devices. So you notice we haven't had to deal with any handwriting from the electrician in the field, and not even really any terminology. It's all down to part numbers and things they pick off the menus. So I'm going to look up by catalog number, 5362. We'll use the Ivory. We'll export it back to T&M. Everything looks good, so I'll hit save. And we're done with the review process. And we'll save it. And the final step is to approve it. And it's done. If I want to see it, there it is, the one we just created a minute ago. I can print it. This is what it looks like. Let me do that again. Preview it. From here I can print, or I can go back to the previous screen, generate a PDF and send that to the customer, or both. a lot of the times it's a good idea to send the electronic and a hard copy to a customer.